here, 50 yards or more. Wonder about that thin air a little bit. But, yeah, I'll get into that here over the next couple of hours, no doubt.
And what exactly is going on in New England? I saw 2 of the OTAs were taken away.
Yeah, they love the cheat there. And I think the big issue has always been fans don't care if they cheat. They only care when they get caught cheating. So they're down a couple of OTAs. And I don't know what to make what's going on right now with the New England Patriots. I just heard you guys talking about that list and the best coaches right now in the game. I know we go through it every year, right before the start of the season and kind of rank, certainly the Jags and then maybe all 8 divisions. Right now, I see myself voting New England 4th placed, AFC East.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think many people would have them higher than that.
Yeah.
Just the way things are going, and we certainly talked about Mac Jones and his future. There's a lot of pressure certainly on him. All right, what's coming up tonight? Well,
we got a lot to do here over the next couple of hours, including the shelf life of Michael Block, which may be over by the time your show ends. I'm hoping that he's around at least through my show, but he's just bogeyed 3 in a row again.
Ooh.
So at the Colonial, he is second to last right now at +5. He began the day with 3 bogeys. He began the day bogeying 4 out of his first 5 holes. And again, now 3 in a row on 11, 12, and 13. And this is really amazing because it feels like a lot of people aren't buying the Michael Block story. And it's like they're looking for something. I mean, if this guy, and I hate to say it, but if he's done anything wrong, we're going to find out about it, I think, by the end of the week or by next week. I just get the feeling that there's people out there right now turning up every stone, trying to find some dirt on this guy. It's a great American success story, but as we know in this country, we also love misery. So if a guy's having way too much fun, why not find a way to bring him down? And I kind of get that is going on right now along the PGA Tour, and some witches out there trying to do that with Michael Block. I hope it's not the case, but certainly that's my opinion.
Yeah, very interesting for sure. I did see that Michael Jordan texted him congratulations, and that was a really cool moment for him. So you know what? If that was the peak, like he said, of his career and life, then it was pretty good. All right, thanks, Rick. We'll be listening.
All right, thank you very much.
By the way, we didn't get to it, but were you watching, Hayes, last night, the Florida baseball team, when they walked it off against Alabama?
I was not. I would like to hear your comments as we get out of here. I do want to say happy birthday to our guy, Jacob Johnston. Takes fantastic care of us here at Island Wings. He did it at the Southside location for many years. Takes care of us here at the Bartram Durban location. Super fantastic guy. Happy birthday, Jacob.
Hey,
Happy birthday,
by
Jacob.
the way, guys.
Yeah, you're a golfing buddy.
Well, I had him at the Pink Floyd concert.
Oh,
okay.
Nice. All right.
2 nights ago, a couple of golf buddies of mine and Jacob celebrate. So he lied to me. I was buying all his cocktails 2 nights ago. He said his birthday was on Tuesday.
He got you.
You're telling me his birthday is actually right now. Imagine that.
That is the rumor on the street.
Hey, maybe it's a birthday week.
Yeah.
I think that's allowed. But yeah, so last night, Florida down to Alabama 6-3. And ended up walking it off, and it was awesome. BT Riopel, and then have a game tonight. All right, that's going to do it for us live here from Island Wing. Thanks again to Jacob, and happy birthday to him. Don't go anywhere. Into the Night with Rick Ballou comes up next. For ESPN's Mike Duraco, for Hayes Carline, for Andrew Gibson, I'm Lauren Brooks. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday evening. So here's the sad state of reality. I actually liked the school year almost more than summers.
Nerd alert!
No static ever. Download the free 1010XL app for Apple and Android devices and take us with you wherever you go. 1010XL.
Hey, sports fans, this is Hayes Carline for QC Kinetics. Let's talk about living life to the fullest. That's something you just can't do when you're in pain. So call QC Kinetics for a free consultation at 904 274-5522 to set up your visit at the Mandarin or Ponte Vedra locations. QC Kinetics is in the business of giving people back their quality of life, providing needed relief from chronic joint pain. If your joint pain is in your knees, hips, shoulders, or back, QC Kinetics can help you by directly applying healing properties where you need them the most. There is no surgery. QC Kinetics uses regenerative treatments from your body's own natural biologics. No surgery, no downtime. Live your life. Golf, hike, walk your dog, enjoy time with your family. Don't wait one more day. Get started. Call QC Kinetics for a free consultation at 274-5522. In Mandarin and Ponte Vedra, that's 274-5522.
Nimnick has what you want. Popular GMC and Buick models are arriving daily at Nimnick Buick GMC. Frank Frangie here. Nimnick Buick GMC has more models on the ground than they've had in 2 years. Truckloads of new Buicks and GMCs, all models, are arriving daily. No one will ever pay over MSRP at Nimnick Buick GMC. The showroom on Phillips Highway just south of I-295, or you can shop online at nimnickbuickgmc.com. Nimnick, your friends in the car business since 1941. GMC, we are professional grade.
Rick Ballou for Carlson Dental. You know, I've been telling you this for quite some time because it's true. I hate going to the dentist, or at least I used to hate going to the dentist. I had total anxiety, and then I tried sedation. Light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation as well for cavities and root canals. Folks, it's an incredible experience. So don't be nervous. Don't be scared. Go to carlsondentalgroup.com. That's carlsondentalgroup.com for all of your dental needs.
Get this thing unwrapped here. Duval!
Praz, what in the world are you doing working on your Duval?
That's right. Dan, I really identify with Duval.
You live in St. John's County, knucklehead.
I mean the Duval sub, the Dailies Dash Duval. Turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheeses. Lettuce, tomato, crispy and fresh, you know, like me. I'm sure there's a Dailies Dash sub that sums you up.
The boss.
Because, of course,
oven roasted beef, Munster cheese, roasted mushrooms, caramelized onions. It's the boss of all subs. Only available for me.
That's just not true.
What do you mean? I walked in the other day, screamed, "You know it!" and said, "A boss for a boss."
Well, no matter who you are, there is a Dailies Dash sandwich or sub for you.
Go find yours. They may even make you a boss.
I'm sure they will, because it is Dailies Dash.
Where more is better.
And you got that right.
It's the perfect day. You're just driving along, listening to your favorite music, the window's down. There's a cool breeze. Life is good. But wait, hold on a second. You're not wearing a seatbelt? You'd better put that on before that... Uh-oh, too late. Cops everywhere are stepping up enforcement, so you'd better buckle up or you will get caught. Sorry to ruin your day. Click it or ticket.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach.
Sports injuries are a common issue for both adults and children. Dr. George Barry here, and as a specialist in orthopedic care, the team at Barry Orthopedics and Sports Medicine here in Jacksonville provides comprehensive diagnosis and treatment of all types of sports injuries. With additional training in sports medicine and more than 30 years of experience, the team is available to care for your entire family and help you have fun and stay active. Visit us today at BarryOrthopedics.com.
And don't forget to check out Breaking Bones Sunday morning, 7:30 on 1010XL.
Hey folks, Rick Ballou here for John's Auto. They've been a staple in Jacksonville going all the way back to 1985. At John's Auto, they service all makes, all models, cars, trucks, diesel, you name it, they do it. Whether it's routine maintenance or a complete engine overhaul. Call John's Auto on Arlington Road. That's 904-743-3857 or go to johnsautomotivejacks.com.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
Mark Watson with Hardball Creative. Youth sports are getting back into full swing, so you know what that means. Custom Yetis so dads can keep their beer or sodas cold. Check them out at hardballcreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
Patriot Roofing Services, specializing in all types of commercial and residential roofing and repairs, gutters, sun tubes, skylights as well. 10-year workmanship warranty, financing available, military and senior citizen discounts, no subcontractors. Mention this ad at the time of the estimate and receive $500 off any new re-roof. Call Mark today, 982-4052, 982-4052, licensed and insured.
We've all seen great overtime games and thrilling finishes, but when it comes to having a big time, knowing when to say when is key. Budweiser reminds you to win the day and night by designating a driver. That's a victory every time.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Local Sports Update. I'm Andrew Gibson for 1010XL. This update brought to you by Woody's Barbecue. The Jaguars have traded kicker Riley Patterson to the Detroit Lions for a future late-round draft pick. In a corresponding move, the Jaguars have signed former Broncos kicker Brandon McManus. The 9-year NFL veteran has converted nearly 82% of his career field goal attempts. McManus has made 40 field goals of 50-plus yards. His career in the postseason, perfect. He's 10 for 10 on field goals in his career in the playoffs. And it's a thirsty Thursday tonight. The Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp are in town against the Charlotte Knights. First pitch coming up in about an hour at 7:05 downtown. 78 degrees at 6:02. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. The night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
It's always a healthy and a hearty conversation. The six-pack minimum. I prefer Miller Lite. Been diving into some of those screwballs as of late, which are a little wacky. I did buy a bottle after my mom's funeral and introduced it to my sister, her husband, and the two college kids. I mean, you think I would have rubbed off on them, my brother and I. You think they would have rubbed off on my sister's kids? They're like, They went and left Boston, went to Miami, and went to Tennessee. They also happened to be there at Tennessee, all of them, when they knocked off Alabama this year. That was absolutely fantastic. But anyway, I always go back and try to get from anyone who's willing to participate what is the greatest classic rock one-hit wonder. Now, don't come on Eileen me and crap like that. I'm talking about classic rock, okay? I'm talking about the great Norman Greenbaum and Spirit in the Sky. And, when, Hunter S. Thompson died, Johnny Depp went out and spent millions of dollars and had his ashes blown out of a cannon and exploded everywhere. Stuff like that. Mountains, Mississippi Queen. And the reason why we want to go down that road tonight is enter Michael Block, the one-hit wonder after what he did last week at the PGA Championship was absolutely fantastic. I mean, what was there not to love about it? Right now, he is absolutely struggling. At last look, he is tied for, second to last place. If you look what's going on, he is at +5 through 14 holes. And, his day began with 3 straight bogeys. He birdied 4. He bogeyed 5. He went out with the birdie on 9, so a +237. Then he parred 10. All of this, of course, is in Fort Worth at the Colonial, where he got an exemption. There's also talk that he's going to be able to play out in the Canadian Open as well. He went on to bogey 11, 12, and 13. So, again, right now, he is in second to last place. He is at, +5 overall and is in really going to have to post pars here, maybe get a birdie coming in and hope to go low tomorrow in order to be around for the weekend to get another paycheck. But what's really intriguing about this, and JJ mentioned it the other day from his buddy, and this actually has legs. This has gone from such a Disney-like fairy tale to all of a sudden a mystery. And I'm trying to figure out why this is. A lot of people either don't believe the Michael Block story, they think that it's been or is somewhat fraudulent. I believe that you have investigative reporters and actual journalism that's going on right now where people are trying to find some ways to bring this man down. He's getting hammered, absolutely hammered right now on social media because of what? The man was honest during a podcast, okay? I mean, don't we love it in sports when players are competitive? When players say, I believe I'm the best, or I'm going to be the best, or we're going to win. I mean, all of this turn the other cheek and give credit to everyone else becomes really sophomoric. It becomes boring. Here's a quote on a podcast that Michael Block said yesterday, and he's getting destroyed for this. Are you ready? And I quote, I think I'd be one of the best players in the world, hands down, if I had that stupid length all day. This came after he was asked about playing with Rory McIlroy, who, of course, is ridiculously long. I mean, he's 300-plus, way into 300-plus. I mean, there's times he's hit at 350. That's not the case for Michael Block. He averaged 282 off the tee. His opinion, and it's a valid one, that if you added 30 or 40 yards per drive to his game, then certainly, yeah, I got to believe he's going to pick up 3-4 strokes around. Heck, it could be more. We'll see. But people have taken
he
this
said more
comment.
than that.
He
said
said
more than that. We could play it.
All right, actually, do we
it's
have
30 seconds. He says he's world class.
You said, all right, well, let's –
that's what people are like, are you serious,
all
dude?
right, I was actually going to get to that. Well, let's play it first. I didn't know you had the quote.
Yeah.
So what's the difference between
let's go to it.
His game on, you'd assume that Rory's a better golfer than you are?
He's a lot longer than I am. That's what it is.
Okay, so that the length is the big thing.
Oh, my God. What I would shoot from where Rory hits it would be stupid. I think I'd be one of the best players in the world.
How? Really?
Hands down. Oh, if I had that stupid length, all day. My iron game, wedge game, around the greens, and my putting is world class.
All right. He's confident. He's cocky.
He also
He's arrogant.
Admit that Rory is a better golfer than him. He said, would you assume Rory's a better golfer than you? And he said he has better length. It's like, no, he's a better golfer than you,
He's a much
bro.
better golfer. He's won 4 majors, even though he hasn't won one in 10 years.
True.
And
this is from 2 Rory haters.
So what's going on here? Here's a guy that is obviously telling the truth. He's coming out and saying what he believes, which I think all of us in the electronic media and even, the old school scribes as well, you love it, right? You love the truth. There's too much canned stuff that's being, tossed around and everything that's being said. Here's a man who came out and said what he believes. If he could get off the tee like Rory, he believes his short game, which to him is the best part of his game, would put him in a world where he is actually world class. Is it a little bit of, out of control, a little bit to the extreme? Yeah, but he's riding his fame, and he's telling the truth. So all of a sudden now people are like, how dare he say something like that? Why would this man who I had respect for, I thought it was a great story, now all of a sudden he's doing every interview, he's signing every autograph, he's probably going to get some endorsement deals, and corporate America, at least the great deal of it, all of a sudden hates it, right? It's like we can't wait to build up a success story, and then we can't wait to break that boy down. It is incredible. And I never thought, I didn't know what to make of the Michael Block thing. I thought it was a cool story. The hole-in-one was just ridiculous. I mean, with all of the attention that he was getting to come in and get the hole-in-one. I know he offended some people by acting as if he didn't know if the ball actually went in the hole. And even more impressive, in my opinion, was the massive – and I know it's hard to be more impressed than a hole-in-one, but if you look at that gallery on 18 and you look at where he was, and to get up and down and then make that, 9-10-foot putt on 18 was – just absolutely spectacular. But I got to say this. I may either really surprised by it or B, for the second time today, and I'll get to the second one coming up in just a little bit, I'm shocked by the reaction to this. How do we describe it? Everything in sports that we do, we've known about these players individually. We've known about them as team players. We've followed their careers through high school and in some capacity, certainly college. There's never really shocks in the NFL. Maybe here and there, late round pick, but for the most part, you know what you're getting. And that applies in baseball. That applies in hockey. That applies certainly in basketball. What is it about this that snuck up on all of us, became a wonderful story? I mean, arguably, it's going to be one of the stories of the year, I believe, when they chronicle everything in late December. But how did this happen that all of a sudden a guy that did what he did, there are a great deal of folks out there that are openly wanting to see this man crash and burn? I can't think of one like this without a reason. Okay? Now, there's reasons, and we've seen athletes turn 180, and we've seen the fans turn on these athletes 180. We've seen it here. Jalen Ramsey's probably the greatest example of that happening, a guy who was absolutely loved here, and within a couple weeks period of time, every single listener, every single fan in Jacksonville, for the most part, I'm going to totally stereotype it, but for the most part, it changed the way that it did. You were on this first from one of your cronies who got to you.
And I've been hating on Michael Block since Friday afternoon.
I have not had as much contact with you as I normally do. I thought you were down in Southern California talking to the people down there, maybe checking out some gentlemen's clubs or some massage parlors or something like that, because I feel like you're going to be one of those who all of a sudden is going to tell us, this just in, I have dirt on Michael Block.
I know where the bodies are buried. No, I'm a hater by trade. Everyone knows that. Anything that's fun, I despise. So when Michael Block was, all over the internet and all over TV, I, with my glasses on, looking for something to hate, was like, well, CBS, I know why CBS is doing this. It's because Brooks is in the lead. He's about to win the tournament. Of course, they have the PGA Tour on their network. They hate LIV. They're going to do everything in their power to make it seem like Michael Block won this tournament. And that's exactly what happened. And, PGA media ran with that. Golf media ran with that. It was a great story. The hole-in-one was nice and everything. But, okay, this, honestly, to me, this should have been like me talking to my buddy on Monday, like, hey, can you believe that PGA Tour pro did that? Like, what a crazy story, the hole-in-one. Not even knowing the guy's name.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you remember it for like a day. But, man, they shoved this down our throat. On Friday, like I said, I really was like, wow, ESPN is showing a fairway on-course interview with this guy, not showing other golf shots for like 7 minutes. I was like, something's weird's going on here. So, yeah, and when it comes to this comment, the lack of respect that he's showing for guys on the tour is insane to me. Like, to act like Rory McIlroy is a long drive guy, like just a long distance golf guy, like that's ridiculous. He's more than just a guy who just hits it. He's the guy who was playing with you.
Right, because he acted as if, he was blown away and that Rory's one of his heroes, and he gave us that whole, 360 spin around when he was told that he was going to play with Rory on Saturday, or actually on Sunday. Was it Saturday or Sunday?
It was Sunday.
It was Sunday.
I guess, yeah. Because he finished really strong on Saturday. Yeah. And it's like, dude, you knew you would be playing with one of the big boys.
Yeah. It's just, so anyway.
And I don't like Rory, but like, geez, dude, this guy, you're not a world-class player. Your short game, no matter how good you think it is not world-class. There's plenty of guys on the tour who hit 30 yards behind Rory, every time consistently. Yeah. But they have world-class short games. That's why they're on the tour. You played 25 events. You did nothing.
He just parred 14, so he's got 4 holes to go. He is at +5, again, tied for 113th place here at the Colonial in Fort Worth. All right, here's where we are. And if you want to comment on it, as always, the best way to get us is on the text line. That is 641-1010, brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. I think the witch hunt is on.
It is.
If anything is there, people are going to find it. And what I mean by this is if this man didn't pay his tax, if this man
God forbid he didn't tip
man, that's
somebody in Mexico.
That's best case
caddy.
Scenario. and by the way, let me be perfectly clear about this. I don't want it to happen. I'm not a hater here. I'm really surprised by how many people are turned off by him after where he was Sunday evening. That's the shock factor as far as I'm concerned. But I just have a feeling this is going to happen. Now, the other side will be, hey, Ballou, he's not going to make the cut. Okay, he's going to be gone on Friday. Maybe he did get invited to the Canadian Open. Maybe he'll get another exemption. But listen, he is going to be forgotten if he does not make cuts and make more money. So maybe his 15 minutes of fame are really in a scenario where they're getting ready to get wrapped up. But I still feel that something like that actually is going to happen. I hope I'm wrong.
I do
really
want him to make as much money as possible and then disappear, honestly, because it has become annoying to me. But I want him to make money.
But you got him in a category of like Milli Vanilli
yeah,
or something.
He's a total fraud to me.
This
honestly,
isn't like
yes.
Michael. This is some guy they got from like another country, right?
But he's like a pro in Singapore that they've been keeping it under wraps. And
he charges $150 an hour for golf lessons. He's got all these people on the take. Okay, all these quotes. I mean, all of a sudden they're going to do some homework and they're going to find out, like, he's never been a golf pro in Southern California.
They put him in the tournament.
Who was, remember when George O'Leary lied and lost his gig at Notre Dame?
He said he graduated from Notre Dame.
And I think it was Tim Johnson who.
They're like, no, you didn't.
With the Toronto Blue Jays skipper who said, like, he fought in some wars.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I mean, listen, again, back to what we said earlier. We don't care if you lie. We don't care. We don't care if you cheat, okay? What we care about is if you get caught lying or you get caught cheating. And I just have a sneaky suspicion that his resume is being looked at right now, and they are trying to do whatever they can to uncover some dirt on this middle-aged man. Whether you like it or not, I have a feeling that process is going on. So stay tuned, okay? Stay tuned for this.
He scrubbed his social media a long time ago.
We do know if it's going to happen, it's going to happen right now. I mean, it's coming out before the weekend.
Like tonight.
Right. I mean, it's coming out. It's coming out in the next 24 to 48, maybe 72 hours. And,
like a previous wife comes forward with something.
Man, I don't care who you look at. If you look hard enough and dig deep enough, you can always find negativity on someone.
My whole life is negativity.
Yeah. All right, opening comments brought to you by Shmunez Vision right here in Jacksonville, a family organization. They are down at the beach. I was down at the beach a little bit earlier today and just had a wonderful Thursday afternoon. Some great weather right here in Jacksonville. And, you know, I see some of these eye places, and I kind of look at them, and, you know, there are times where I feel like, it's kind of like going in and getting your oil changed, right? Or can you make sure that my tires have, in fact, been rotated? You know, it's kind of let's get them in and get them out. Let's charge them the most. Instead of really spending special attention with the folks that they have represented for years. That includes yours truly. Shmunez Vision is a family organization. They focus on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care, talking about cataract surgery, refractive surgery, 30 years combined experience if you look at Dr. Neo Shmunez and Dr. Catherine Shmunez when it comes to laser eye surgery. Imagine the rest of your days never having to look around for your readers or your night glasses, or making changes consistently with your contacts. Sure, they offer all that, But what about laser eye surgery? There for you as well. So make an appointment today. Check out their website. It's fantastic. Just go to shmunezvision.com or set up an appointment at 299-2906. Care you can see, shmunezvision.com. A double bogey for Michael Block on 15. Right now, in dead last place at the Colonial, 120th overall, Michael Block on his back nine. He has gone par, bogey, 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 par, double bogey. He has 3 holes remaining. And again, he is 7 over so far on this Thursday in Fort Worth, Texas. All right, we got a tremendous amount to do tonight. We are incredibly busy, and it's great to have you with us. Right here alongside the incomparable J.J. LaSalva, I am the truth teller. This is Into the Night.
Tailgating around the clock.
Either way, we ought to have a lot of fun, huh?
Sports are made for celebrating. With 1010XL.
Why can't I just speak to an actual human being? I need a new bank.
Well, actually, at One-to-One Financial, communication is not only number one, it's one-to-one. When you call, you get to talk to a real live Jacksonville human, fast, and with someone who's truly concerned about your needs, your security, and finding solutions as a team.
Thank you.
Ready to break up with your bank? Find a real long-term banking relationship at One-to-One Financial, Jacksonville's hometown credit union. Visit one-to-one-fcu.org for more information on opening an account today.
Federally insured by NCUA. Waste Management is paying a $5,000 bonus to CDL drivers and heavy truck mechanics for jobs in Jacksonville, Green Cove Springs, Callahan, and St. Augustine. Apply online at wm.com/careers.
Equal opportunity employer.
Attention all business owners. The raining season is coming and it's important to ensure that your property storm drains are free from debris and functioning properly. That's where Duck Duck Rooter comes in. Our powerful VACCon truck can effectively clean out your storm drains and prevent costly damage to your property from flooding. Don't let clogged storm drains ruin your business and reputation. Call Duck Duck Rooter today to schedule a cleaning before the rains hit. 904-862-6769 or online at duckduckrooter.com.
Hi, I'm Don Adair, former 10-year NFL strong safety with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Tackling is one of the most important techniques in football, but it can also be the most dangerous. And so for that reason, this year I'm hosting my 2023 Tackling Youth Technique Camps all throughout Jacksonville, Florida. And so I want to invite anyone who has a child ages 7 to 13 to come out, sign up for our camps. If you're a parent or a coach, you want to come out as well, you can come out too. So you can see all this information at DariusNextLevelTraining.com. I see you there. DariusNextLevelTraining.com.
That really hurts. Who throws a shoe?
Helmets and Heels.
Honestly.
With Lauren, Taylor, and Mia.
Tuesday nights at 6.
Driven by Tire Outlet.
And presented by Underwood Jewelers.
You fight like a woman.
On 1010XL.
I'm Dr. Mitchell Yass, the most unknown world-renowned expert on pain elimination. That's right, elimination. If you've tried medications, injections, physical therapy, chiropractic, even surgery, and still experience pain, then say yes to Yass. I have successfully used the Yass method for over 30 years to help thousands reclaim their lives. To learn more, call me at 904-906-YASS. Let's end your pain and say yes to Yass.
The wind in your hair, the sun on your face. There's nothing like experiencing Florida's waterways on a personal watercraft. Knowing how your PWC operates will keep you safe on the water. Remember, PWCs need thrust to change direction, so use a controlled amount of throttle to turn. Know your limits, never ride recklessly, and always wear your life jacket. Safe boating is no accident. To learn more, visit the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission at myfwc.com.
When it comes to commercial fence services, Superior Fence and Rail has you covered. If your business needs automatic gates or security fence and railings, trust Superior with your next commercial project. Superior's team delivers great communication, high-quality products, and exceptional customer service. Just read any of their 2,300-plus reviews.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
My name is David Lane. I'm just your average everyday Joe. I've had multiple procedures done at Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, including both of my shoulders, a knee replacement, and an upcoming back surgery. I'd highly recommend the doctors and the staff over at Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. If they can get this old dog back in the game, they surely can do the same for you.
Relieve pain and get back to life. SOS. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Hi, I'm Sean Monahan from Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. We're your local family jeweler for 46 years in Jacksonville with a huge selection of diamonds, gemstones, and pre-owned Rolex watches. And Monahan Jewelers is your store for expert jewelry repair turned around in 1 or 2 days. Most jewelry stores take 2 weeks or more, and many stores send your jewelry somewhere else for repair. At Monahan Jewelers, our jewelry repair is done in-house by expert craftsmen, and Monahans can turn around most repairs in a day or two. So bring your jewelry repair to Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
David here with Royal Pest Services. That grass is waking up from its winter nap. Royal is close to applying products that help bring it out of that dormancy. Our granular aeration allows treatment to get to the root system. Visit RoyalPestServices.com to schedule a free estimate. It's grow time!
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
All right, looking for some one-hit wonders in the celebration of the great Michael Block, who, if the media has their way, will be serving a life sentence by the end of the weekend. The witch hunt is out.
After they just gave him the Claret drug.
Right.
You know?
I mean, let's just, it's the American way. We're going to build you all the way up, and we are going to crush you. All right, Patriot Roofing Services, they bring us this segment each and every night. Do want to thank them. That honeymoon continues with my buddy Mark. I mean, he's sending me all these pics. St. Martin, this happening, that happening. A lot of sun, a lot of fun. So call him right now. Interrupt him. 982-4052, residential, commercial roofing and repairs. I'm talking about Patriot Roofing Services. 10-year workmanship warranty. Financing is available. Licensed and insured. You don't want to get behind times with your roof. If it's leaking, if it's problematic, if you're going to move, they're going to ask you to fix it, right, before you move. So it's just something you need to take care of. Again, give them a call, 982-4052. That is Patriot Roofing Services. The great Norman Greenbaum is only hit. He made a lot of money off it with movie rights. That song has been featured in a ton of movies. I heard him on Howard Stern a couple years ago. That's all he's done. And the song was such a hit that it has created so much cash. Asking you for one-hit wonders, I want to keep it rock only. Okay? And I love Come On Eileen just like you do. Okay? But we don't need to go down that road. Listen to this before we get to the latest here. 9247 says, Rick, my roommate just got botched cataracts, a botched cataract surgery. He may have a detached retina or is blind in one eye. I should have recommended your doctor. Absolutely, you should have recommended Dr. Schmunez. I wouldn't be going down this road with him if I didn't believe in him. If he didn't do immediate surgery on my right eye 8.5 years ago. Immediate. Yeah, I remember I took Tuesday off to go to the Britt Floyd show. I never take individual days off. I take my vacation, but I remember calling my boss, Steve Griffin, 8.5 years ago and said, I just got out of the, visiting with my eye doctor. He says we need to have surgery first thing tomorrow. I'm going to be out a day. He's like, take it. Take the day. Get that thing taken care of. You only get one set of eyes. So this hurts my heart. Again, I don't pimp up these people to line my pockets. I don't. This is believability. All right? He's the best. His daughter's the best at what they do. That is why I spend my time telling you that. Do not mess with your eyes. Crying out loud. Go to Schmunez. .com, ShimonezVision.com. All right, getting a lot of recommendation, a lot of good stuff coming in here. Paper lace. All right, the night Chicago died. I'll give you that. Mid-70s, 76, maybe circa. Asia, heat of the moment? Hell no. How dare you, man? I mean, what about Only Time Will Tell? What about Soul Survivor? You got to respect the great European, ultimate put-together star rock band, kind of like Blind Faith. Asia
like
did that.
Group.
Yeah, like 15 years later. You had members of Emerson, Lake, and Palmer. You had, guitarist Steve Howe from Yes was there. Jeff Downs from Yes was there. And the Buggles, I actually heard, Mark Goodman talking about the Buggles. I guess they opened up the other night for Seal in New York. And anyway, getting lengthy about that. I don't want to bore you with Seal. King Crimson was involved. So, no, I'm going to disagree with you there with Asia. They absolutely had more than just one hit, at least in my opinion. All right, let's get to the Jags. Let's do that right now. And let me just come right out right now and say this on a Thursday afternoon at 6:32. I'm feeling it right now, a tremendous amount of big deal energy. And it's going on in Jacksonville. And it's going on with the Jaguars. A bombastic move today. I'm talking a playoff, deep into it move with the addition of Brandon McManus. All right, former Super Bowl champion in Denver, a guy who's attempted 72 kicks of 50 yards or more in his career. I do wonder about the thin air. JJ, I was in Colorado in 1998, when Jason Elam tied Tom Dempsey at the time. He kicked a 63-yard field goal against the Jaguars in Mile High. The thin air is absolutely different than kicking down here. There's no question about it.
All their kickers, like every single kicker Denver's ever had, kicks with length, as Michael Block likes to say. So maybe Michael Block, if he was in Denver, he would be just as good as McManus.
Michael Block, yeah. Someone get him an exemption in Colorado where he can be 300-plus off the tee. So this came in today, and I am completely shocked. I am. All right? I thought Riley Patterson was the answer. I do understand that Riley Patterson has not had a lot of success 50 yards or longer. He is 2 of 3 in his career. Outside of that, he had a very good season. He was 30 of 35. He hit the 31-yarder, during the 27-0 comeback victory over the Los Angeles Chargers. He won the game as time expired by hitting the 36-yarder. But this team is going to get better. I was having a little bit of fun on Twitter earlier today because, and this is hyperbole. It's not angst, okay? I'm not mad, but I do love the spin. I'm a big fan of the spin, and I've always been this way with whether they're colleagues or mine or just people in this business. So afraid. We are petrified to say, I didn't see that coming. I'm surprised that took place. I don't know why it is. I mean, this just in. We are wrong all the time, okay? Look at our picks that we make here on Friday, whether it's college or pro. We are wrong all the time. Look at the golf picks, for crying out loud. The PGA. Oh, I'm sorry about that.
I am wrong all the time.
Someone in this room has gone 3 for 3 with his golf picks. The Players, the Masters, and the PGA Championship. Stop me before I'm bragging.
Literally picked the winner of all of those
3 straight.
Folks.
Yeah, I don't hear from you on that. I only hear from people when I'm wrong. So I joke with this because a year ago, Matthew Wright got cut. And I was like, what is up? What is going on? And I just found it so interesting and very convenient that everyone in town, including media colleagues, like, oh, yeah, well, I'm not surprised. No, this doesn't. Well, if you weren't surprised, why didn't anyone say it? Why didn't anyone write about it? You know what I'm saying? There's proactive and there's reactive. Okay, we understand that most news is broken by the national information man. I hear about that all the time. Why don't you guys? Well, we're not in the know with the players' agents the way that Rappaport is, or the way that Schefter is, and the way that others are. So a way to try to create a little bit of attention and a way to keep things all on the come during the offseason is bring up ideas, throw out opinions on things that are happening or about to happen. And the local media does that very well. But they totally missed on the Matthew Wright cut a year ago, just like they totally missed on the A.J. Can re-signing a few years ago. Yet there's this inferiority complex, all right, where you just can't come out and say, man, I did not see that coming. That one surprised me. This surprises me. Just like Matthew Wright getting cut surprises me. So let me go to the other side, okay? I'll go to the dark side. I'll open myself up for criticism. I had no clue that Jacksonville was making a run at Brandon McManus and that it would end up costing Riley Patterson his job. Jaguar fans, I'll try to do better. I did not see this one coming. We have a developing story right now at the 16th hole at Colonial. Michael Block, 7 are dead. The bodies continue to be lifted out in somewhere 10 feet under in Southern California. Michael Block, consecutive double bogeys.
Oh, my goodness. Now it's hurting. Even me as a hater, it's hurting me.
He is now double bogeyed 16. So for those of you scoring at home, and for crying out loud, if at 6:38 on a Thursday, if you have already scored at home, congratulations, man. JJ and I are just jealous here. We got to work till 8, and you've already gotten the job done. We're talking about a back 9 with a par on 10, a bogey on 11, 12, 13, par on 14, double bogeys on 15 and 16. He's got a par 4 17th ahead, a par 4 18th ahead. Right now, Michael Block is plus 9. He is in dead last place at the Colonial.
What's second to last score?
Henrik Norlander plus 6, along with Eric Van Rooyen. And then in the group at plus 5 is Pontevedra's own David Lingmerth.
So we need him. He's got to shoot 3 under. Oh, we still have tomorrow. Just don't. See, it went from make the cut to just don't finish dead ass last.
Do you know who's actually leading this tournament?
No, I'm uninterested by that.
Michael Block, part 2. Okay, his name is Harry Hall, and I want to call him Henry Hill. I do. I want to call him Henry Hill. Speaking of bodies that are dispersed across the country, this man shot a 62 today at the par 70.
English. He's 25 years old.
Right.
And he doesn't even have a Wikipedia page.
I don't know anything about Harry Hall. Could this happen 2 weeks in a row where they've just found these golfers and put them on the planet and in consecutive weeks, all to try to upstage the live? We're going to go to the Michael Block card. When you know like that Jaguars fictional story they did about releasing the schedule?
Yes.
How everything
was fixed, basically.
The PGA Tour saw that and stole it. They used Michael Block last week, and now they've reached out for Harry Hall.
Actually, Harry Hall, who is Michael Block to us, has finished in the top 10 3 times this year.
Has he really?
Has made $990,000
on the PGA Tour.
This year is his first year. That's why we've never heard of him.
There you go. Well, he's gone low today. Look at all these threes. I mean, he went out with a 30 and came in with a 32. So on the par 70 at Colonial, which is being played in Fort Worth, Texas, a 62 to take the first round lead in the Charles Schwab Challenge. All right, when we come back, comments on the kicker? Absolutely. We're going to give kickers love around here. I do want to get into a story that is happening that I believe you need to gravitate towards. What the Florida Panthers have done is absolutely shocking. And the way that they've done it has not been discussed enough. It just hasn't. If you don't know what I'm talking about, good. I will explain on the other side.
There's something special about radio play-by-play. Always has been. In Jacksonville, your place for play-by-play is 1010XL.
At Batteries Plus, we power family road trips. We power bedtime stories. We power our local hospitals. We power connections with friends. We do more than replace batteries and fix phones and tablets. We help our neighbors power their lives. How powerful is that? Visit Batteries Plus in-store, curbside, and online for fast and reliable phone and tablet repair. Learn more at batteriesplus.com.
They say that health is wealth, but if you're struggling with obesity, your health could be paying too high a price. The good news is you can take charge with weight loss surgery at Baptist Health. Our personalized program is a center of excellence with a full team to support you every step of the way. Is it time to reclaim your health? To see if you qualify, call 904-202-SLIM or visit BaptistBariatrics.com.
At Kubota, they want to help you deliver a job done right. That's why they want you to know that the new Kubota inventory is arriving daily. You've got work to do. They've got the reliable, durable, and versatile lineup to help you do it. Visit Coastal Equipment today for all your equipment needs.
Greater power for the great outdoors. Coastal Equipment.
Coastal Equipment on New Kings Road and in McClenny.
'Tis the season to be cool. Florida Home AC wants to make sure you're not cooked like a Christmas goose this summer. Make sure your AC unit is ready for the heat, and if it's time to look at replacement, look for quality and value. You'll get that from Florida Home AC. And right now, take advantage of $1,750 off a brand new heating and AC unit. Log on to FloridaHomeAC.com for all the details and trust a company that will always keep you cool. Florida Home AC, the official AC partner of the Jaguars.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On May 25th, 1935, Jesse Owens equals or breaks 4 world records in 45 minutes at a Big Ten meet, remembered as the greatest 45 minutes ever in sport.
Buying or selling surfboards, guitars, amps, or musical instruments or equipment? Beaches Jewelry and Pawn wants to either buy them from you or sell you what you need. Beaches Jewelry and Pawn in Jax Beach. Online at beachesjewelryandpawn.com.
It's time to fire up the grill. Houston's Meat Specials of the Week. 10 pounds of fresh jumbo chicken wings, only $12.95. 2-pack pork spare ribs, only $1.99 a pound. And whole T-bone steaks, $4.95 a pound. Only at Houston's Meats, Main Street and 295.
Jumbo Shrimp Baseball, presented by FIS, is home all weekend at 1-to-1 Financial Ballpark. Tonight is a Military Appreciation Night presented by Outfront and Ascension St. Vincent's on Coors Light Thirsty Thursday. The Weekend of Boom starts Friday with fireworks presented by Florida Health, Duval County. More fireworks Sunday. JackShrimp.com for tickets. Jumbo Shrimp Baseball, affordable, family, fun.
I-9 Sports, flag football, basketball, soccer, and t-ball. Play year-round with co-ed programs ages 3 to 17. Duval, Clay, and St. John's. Enter promo code 1010XL for $5 off. Check out i9sports.com for all the details.
Skilled trade jobs are booming, so begin your high-pay, high-demand career today through the Northeast Florida Builders Association. Their apprenticeship program provides paid training in some of the most highly sought-after skilled trades. Get paid while you train full-time in carpentry, electrical, sheet metal, HVAC, or plumbing. Plus, earn a 10% raise every year, and the classes are 100% tuition-free. Start your new career today and apply before June 12th at nefbaapprenticeship.org.
If you're heading to the AUG or you're already part of the nation's oldest, don't forget to drop into Sunset Grill. For over 30 years, serving up great chowder, seafood, wings, and cold beer. Sunset Grill, somewhere on A1A, St. Augustine Beach.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Rest in peace, Leslie West. Mountain, a one-hit wonder. A goal, Matthew Tkachuk. I mean, how do you score with 4.9 seconds remaining? That's exactly what happened a night ago. Let's get away from Michael Block for just one moment. Some folks think we're a little bit harsh on Michael Block.
I knew they would say that.
Yeah. I'm a fan. JJ hates him.
I hate him.
I just am really curious about the feeling that there's a lot of folks out there that they want to bring this man down. I just we never see this with such a tiny bit of success. That's why, to me, it's a very intriguing story. We'll get back there in one moment. The Panthers move on. First time in 27 years, they're going to the Stanley Cup Finals. Tonight, Vegas has an opportunity to do the same. If they can sweep Dallas, they'll drop the puck at about 8:15 tonight. Dallas, a small favorite, minus 115 to the dollar. And, of course, former Jacksonville Lizard King coach Bruce Cassidy, who's fired by the Boston Bruins, has now gone on taking a second-year team in Las Vegas. And I believe it's a second year. Actually, I think they started in 2018, 2019.
Yeah, Vegas has been around for a bit.
Yeah.
We
Seattle's
said it
2
was
years.
the first year for Seattle. We were
Right.
wrong. It's actually their second.
Yeah, 2 years for Seattle. I think it was like maybe the fourth year for Vegas.
Who did go their first year?
Yes.
2017, their first.
So, all right. I had a major conversation with you. I'm trying to remember when it was. Was it last week or was it Monday? About low scoring. I think it was Monday after the PGA Championship. How we don't like low scoring stuff, right? We want high scoring football games and baseball games and
even golf.
Yep. I'm here to tell you that I obviously the NBA goes without saying. They're always triple-digit games. And a low-scoring hockey game can be incredibly entertaining. It really can, especially if you're getting a lot of quality shots on goal. Even though the netminers are doing theirs, it's never really considered boring if it's a 2-1, 3-2 game. And that was the case last night, 4-3. Do you realize that in a 4-game sweep, now let this settle in for 1 second, a 4-game sweep, do you know how many goals the Florida Panthers scored? In 4 games?
I'm going to
To
guess
sweep
like
them?
15.
10.
Wow.
They scored 10 goals in 4 games. They won last night 4-3. They won game 3, 1-0. They won game 2, 2-1. And they won the opener of the series 3-2. So you look at Bob Bobrovsky, who you go back to that series against Boston, he wasn't even the starting goaltender. He was pulled. He's making $10 million a year. I can't remember the backup's name. I'll look it up. But they sat him down, and when Boston got him in game 1, they made that switch, and Florida won game 2, 5, and 7 in Boston. They won games on the road in Toronto. Now they take all the road games as well, the way that they just did in Carolina. Folks, this is an 8th seed, okay? This is a team that was the last one in, who now has knocked off 3 of the best 4 teams in the East, and we'll sit back to wait and see what happens here with the West. It feels like both the NHL and the NBA, the TV rights, the commissioners, all the revenue, they're really getting screwed here because Denver swept L.A., Miami can close out Boston tonight, although I have a feeling Boston's going to win this game tonight.
Ooh.
And you know how I feel. That divorce is still – listen, okay, I'm unlike others. Even though I'm going through this divorce with Boston, if the opportunity presents itself, you're never going to hear me talk bad about them in a situation like this because you never know who's listening.
You guys have kids together.
Right. We have crying out loud. It's all about the kids.
Yeah.
Here with but look what's happened in the NHL. I mean, you could go 4-0 Vegas. You've already gone 4-0 Florida. Both the NBA Finals and the NHL Finals, they were hoping to get deep into the month of June. That's not going to be the case.
Well, the date-wise, the NBA Finals is already set. Like, I believe if the games go 7 or they go 4, they're already set in stone.
So they're going to wait a week then.
Yeah, which they always do when it happens like that, which sucks. but it is what it is. They
See,
were
they
going
need to make changes with that.
hate
I'm
it
sorry.
Too. I hate it too.
You
'Cause
have
you have
to adapt.
momentum from the end of the
Right.
conference finals, like as a viewer, as a fan, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, well now we have a week. They went from having the Boston Celtics and Lakers in the finals to this.
Mhm.
And me as an NBA fan, I love it because I love Jokic. Denver's like the most fun team to watch right now. I'm not a huge fan of Miami making it because I don't think they're that great. I would have loved to see Boston in it, but it is what it is. They always claim, though, they want these small markets to work. So it's like I kind of call BS on that when they say that stuff because it's like, no, you don't. You really don't want Denver in the NBA Finals right now. I guarantee you they want the big markets to work. Even though they claim, oh, we want these small markets to work. And, yeah, maybe for the regular season. But when it gets down to the nitty-gritty, they want the Lakers and the Celtics there.
Matthew Tkachuk, he's been absolutely phenomenal. They made a huge trade.
You said he's one of the dirtiest players.
In the offseason. He's so good. He is. I think he'll be third in the MVP voting. It's going to go to McDavid, obviously. That should be unanimous.
Usually the good players aren't the dirty ones.
Right. And then I think number 2 will be probably Pasternak with the Bruins. But Tkachuk, yeah, he is as cheap as they come. He is a massive cheap shot. And he is a guy that I think you're going to hear more about now. I hope you hear more about now because they are heading to the finals. But he is absolutely one of those guys where if he was your teammate or he played for your team, he's a Bill Romanowski, okay? He's a
Richie Incognito.
He's a James Harrison. He's a Jack Tatum. All right, he's a Richie Incognito. Did you just say that?
Yes.
Okay, he's one of those guys that you only love him if he's yours. If he's he's like a Brad Marchand of the Bruins. The Rat. He's one of those players, but he's so talented, man. He is so nifty around the net. What he can do with the puck is just unheard of. And I talked about Big Bob here. The guy allowed 6 goals in 4 games. So, I feel like I have to pick Florida here in the finals, but I'm also like, hey, man, Vegas is a more talented team. Vegas had a much better regular season record, and we understand that everything changes once we do, in fact, get into the playoffs. But we'll see what happens. We'll ask Rafael Esparza about that coming up here a little bit later.
Somebody says
tonight.
he's Scott Stevens, but wasn't Scott Stevens not nearly as, talented of a scorer like that?
Oh, he's a
wasn't
defenseman.
Really, yeah.
He was a very good player.
But he wasn't just considered a goon.
No. He's
Right.
a Hall of Famer.
Oh, okay.
As a defenseman. And there were 2 Stevens. You had Kevin Stevens as well in Pittsburgh. But, Scott Stevens was a guy who back in the day was asked to drop the gloves. We talked about Bob Probert last week and things like that. But, yeah, he was a defensive defenseman first. But when I'm looking at cheap shot guys, I'm looking at Claude Lemieux. I'm looking at Alf Samuelson. I'm looking at guys like that. Matthew Tkachuk is absolutely on that list. We've heard again from the 9247 who's his roommate had the botched cataract, so we're going to get him set up with Shmunez Vision. He just wrote back and he said, and I quote, Ballou, my half-blind roommate could play better golf than Michael Block.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, now that got rough. Well, I don't know where that came from. Unbelievable.
No need for that, sir.
One-hit wonders, a lot of them coming in tonight. Hocus Pocus by Focus. Getting more here. We already got to the Angel, the Asia, which I totally disagree with. 8675309 by Tommy Two-Tone. All right. Yep. I'll give you that one. Let's see. A few others coming in here. Yeah, see, some of these are pop. I'm not even getting on the road to pop. I'm asking for classic rock.
Would you say Tommy Two-Tone is pop or rock?
It's pop.
Okay.
But I don't know. I feel a little bit like tonight. I feel a little bit like Nancy Grace, where I'm the not only am I the judge and the jury, but I have the gavel and I can execute on I just bam. So I'm going to allow it.
Okay.
I'm going to allow Tommy
Good.
Two-Tone. at 867-5309. Buddy Greg Sales here brought up Tainted Love. I despise Tainted Love. Okay, you want to see me hemorrhage live on air? Are we on YouTube tonight?
We are always on YouTube.
Play Tainted Love, and that'll happen. So let's just stay. That song just drives me absolutely crazy. Here's one, Manfred Mann, Blinded by the Light. You know, Manfred Mann actually did have a couple of hits, but they covered two of Bruce's songs, Blinded by the Light and Spirit.
Oh, that's not even their song.
Mm-mm.
Oh, that's even worse.
But you know what's crazy? You ready for this? Bruce Springsteen, all of his hits, everything he's ever done, Dancing in the Dark made it to number 2. It never got to 1.
No one hit.
Okay? He's never had a number 1 hit.
I'm shocked by that.
Manfred Mann covered Blinded by the Light and ended up going number 1.
So what's the pay situation work out?
You know what? I don't know how that works. I'm
sure it's different for every song and artist.
I honestly do not know.
I would hate to think that they didn't make a lot on that.
Mm-hmm. Because Bruce was struggling then. He had only put together one album. He was working on his second album. I mean, this thing didn't happen overnight for Bruce. He struggled early on. So I would think that he sold the rights to that. You know, I'm gonna ask that question. Maybe the next time I get with Derek. I told you the other day I heard from Derek. Yeah, I put a picture out of his wife with Susan Tedeschi with Rod Stewart. They are in London. They were at Albert Hall for the Jeff Beck tribute, and I was going to play golf with Derek, but he left. I was also going to play with his brother David, who a lot of folks in town know. David Trucks as well, really good guy. And anyway, some of the photos there were just phenomenal. But when you see Derek Trucks in his band, like the last time they played here, they played Bell Bottom Blues, right? Derek and the Dominoes. Now, the way I understand things, when you're in concert, you can play and do anything you want as far as covers. I don't know the lay of the land about covering songs and who gets the right to it. Because we've heard the one where Sting gets like $2,000 a day from Puff Daddy, right? When Biggie got shot, when Biggie went down, he did that whole.
Is that really what the money worked out?
Every Breath You Take song, and he made it in. You know, he added his lyrics to it.
That.
He gets $2,000 a day from what's his name, Sean Combs.
Yeah,
right.
P. Diddy.
Yeah. So
I remember there's Bittersweet Symphony, which is a really famous song from the Verve, and they were in a legal battle with the Rolling Stones for like a decade plus about that. And I don't think they make any royalties off of it now. Because they took that dun, 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 that orchestra sound is, I believe, a Rolling Stone song.
It may be. I know the song you're talking about.
Love that song.
You know, it's like Bob Dylan wrote all these songs and people took them. But I don't think he had a problem when Jimi Hendrix sang All on the Watchtower or things along those lines. Here's one, bringing up All the Young Dudes by Mott the Hoople. David Bowie wrote that song for them. And that was like their biggest hit ever. But I just, for one reason or another, I believe that back in those days, for the most part, you didn't sell the rights to your song. I may be totally wrong, and there's probably a way to find it. As much research as I've done over the years, I've never really looked at it that way. All right, I need to take a break. I've overshot the runway. Why don't we do that? Let's get back to you and some of your thoughts here in hour number 2. I want to have some fun with some college football. I feel like I've neglected the sport a little bit as of late. You know, I'm one of those that believes it needs more attention. So let's have some fun tonight with the schedule. The 4 premier teams around here. I did a little bit of digging earlier today. I've given it some thought. We did it on the Jaguars a couple weeks ago, and I was massively criticized for my 10-7 record. JJ had them at 12-5. I would change that again and go through it again the Friday before the regular season begins. But in college football, I'm sure I would do the same thing as we get closer to the season. For right now, though, let's get after it. We'll begin the 7 o'clock hour doing that right here on the home of the Jags.
Frank! Okay, here we go, automatic pilot.
Frank Franchi.
It is not automatic piloting.
He doesn't operate at hyperspeed.
I can really use a steering wheel here.
We don't have no damn steering wheel. This is what we got.
Afternoons on 1010XL.
Buying a car can be stressful, especially one sold as is or with no warranty. Do the 7, 10, or 30-day warranties leave you wondering what will happen on day 31?
Stop. Car buying doesn't need to be so stressful. Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet now offer the exclusive Beaver Certified program protecting your used car for 7 years or 100,000 miles. That's right, certified Hondas, Fords, Nissans, and any other make you consider now come with the peace of mind you deserve. Shop worry-free at Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine or Beaver Chevrolet in Jacksonville.
Rick Ballou for Carlson Dental. I've been telling you this for quite some time because it's true. I hate going to the dentist, or at least I used to hate going to the dentist. I had total anxiety, and then I tried sedation, light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation as well for cavities and root canals. Folks, it's an incredible experience. So don't be nervous. Don't be scared. Go to carlsondentalgroup.com. That's carlsondentalgroup.com for all of your dental needs.
Want great drinks at a great location without paying outrageous prices? Players Grill has you covered. Monday through Friday, happy hour from 3 to 5 p.m. $15 bottomless mimosas on the weekend. Players Grill, where the neighborhood meets.
Hi, I'm Sean Monahan from Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. We're your local family jeweler for 46 years in Jacksonville with a huge selection of diamonds, gemstones, and pre-owned Rolex watches. And Monahan Jewelers is your store for expert jewelry repair turned around in 1 or 2 days. Most jewelry stores take 2 weeks or more, and many stores send your jewelry somewhere else for repair. At Monahan Jewelers, our jewelry repair is done in-house by expert craftsmen, and Monahans can turn around most repairs in a day or two. So bring your jewelry repair to Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
Listen for the Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Rehabilitation House Call in the Frangie Show this Friday. They'll tell you about postseason rehab programs for baseball players. JOI, where the pros go.
Get ready for Memorial Day weekend grilling at Southern Steer Butcher. Buy any combo pack and get 2 free pounds of chicken, or get 5 pounds or more of steak tips for just $16.99 per pound.
For tasty tips and juicy breasts, choose Southern Steer Butcher.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
It's time to play Fix That Plumbing Problem. What do you do if you have a clogged drain? Contestant 1.
Have my husband try to fix it?
Yeah, right.
And maybe his buddy who lives across the street?
Contestant 2. That's right. Just call the duck.
Clogged drains, leaky pipes, water heaters to slab leaks, commercial and residential. We repair what your husband fixed.
When you're stuck, call the duck. 904-862-6769.
This is Keith Catlin for Catlin Truck Accessories, and we are so blessed to be in business for over 100 years. Over 100 years of the best product and customer service means you can count on Catlin. From Roll-and Lock bed covers to Lear toppers to Cam Locker toolboxes, Catlin Truck Accessories has you covered when it comes to your truck or van. We do those too. Got a fleet of vehicles? We can outfit them all.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
One name, one location, 100 years. You can count on Catlin.
Oh boy, not again.
Do you feel this way every time there's rain in the forecast? Amy Salt, owner of CrossFit Salt to Tear in the Riverside area, definitely did.
I had major rain anxiety from all the water collecting outside my gym. That's why I'm so happy I reached out to Clearwater Drainage. John came out, designed a system that moved the water off of my property, and all my kettlebells are now dry. I'm sleeping so much better at night.
Clearwater Irrigation.
And drainage, too.
ClearwaterJacks.com. It's a unique gift idea, and it's perfect to add some fun to your work environment. Mystic Cornhole Company builds customized, high-quality boards right here in Jacks. Visit their shop on Phillips Highway, or check out some of their design at mysticcornholecompany.com.
For lost or broken keys or nearly any make and model of vehicle, call 722-1111 for
Instant Keys. Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
Mark Watson for Hardball Creative, letting you know that Hardball has cooler promotions, but some people call them ice chests. Either way, check out the items you can put your company logo on at hardballcreative.com.
Hardball Creative.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Let's go into the night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
It's glad to get out of Chicago alive.
In the land of the dollar bill, when the town of Chicago died, and they talk about it still. When a man
here we go.
Try to make that town his
Where are the
own.
ladies tonight? It's Thursday night, JJ. Isn't this a divorcee night?
Forces of the law, I heard my mom cry.
I live by the 3-and-3 rule. I'm going to trademark that. I need my ladies to be divorced at least 3 times and to smoke 3 packs a day. Right in the truth teller's wheelhouse. I just looked up Scott Stevens, 22 years, one of the 100 greatest NHL players.
Wow.
Actually, he was a big part of that neutral zone trap, which kind of set back hockey with Jacques Lemaire. And it took him to 4 cups. He won 3. Very great, great defensive team with one of the greatest goaltenders of all time, and Martin Brodeur. I didn't know this. Most penalty minutes for any Hall of Famer until Chris Chelios went in 2013. I also don't remember this. His 22-year career ended when he took a slap shot to the face.
Wow.
And it caused everything that we talk about in football with CTE. This they're calling now, they've labeled it post-concussion syndrome. But, that's such a topic of conversation, including yesterday, or I guess it was Tuesday, when the NFL elected to allow teams now to go the college football route and just waive fair catch on a kick, and you can automatically start at the 25. It's another reason why there could have been some folks who were really surprised. If there was one thing that you would knock on both Matthew Wright, who was cut a year ago, and Riley Patterson, who was traded today. It came out first that he was cut, then it came out that he was traded to Detroit. I haven't seen any clarification on this, but a few things on Twitter, believe it or not, had that Jacksonville is receiving a 7th-round pick in 2026. Again, I haven't confirmed that.
It's an awfully big haul.
It's down the road a little bit. So, I do not know if that is, in fact, correct. I want to be perfectly clear about that. But if there was any concern with Riley Patterson, it would be length, right? 2 or 3, 50 yards or more, kickoffs. They are saying now that they expect 32%, only 32% of the kicks to be returned. I actually thought that was high. That's 1 of 3. My guess is that, it would have been at least over 80%, maybe 85%. And that's not the case. They think it's going to be somewhere in the 30s.
How is there any way for them to be able to
project?
Yeah, project how many guys are going to call for a fair catch.
Let me see where I found it.
That's just an odd one. Like, I understand when they moved it up, and they're like, oh, well, this many percentage kicks would have gone into the end zone or whatever. But this is you don't know how people are going to react to this.
I wrote, it's a guy by the name of Jeff Tracy with Axios, who wrote that the league estimates that the new rule will decrease the rate of kickoff returns from the current rate of 38% to 31% this year. So
still like a 10% drop.
Yeah. I don't know what to make of it. I honestly do not. I don't even really want to talk about it. It's such a lie. It's an unbelievable contradiction because they're acting like they're so concerned about the concussions while on the other side they're ramming, and I shouldn't say ramming down your throat because everyone wants it, but they're adding an extra game. I mean, you can't sell. Actually, I guess you can because
They
it's so
are.
damn popular.
Yeah.
No one has a problem with the 17th game. No one has a problem with 2 extra playoff games, right? I mean, why would you? You're getting more football, and that's what we all want. But they make such a big deal about this, and what they're doing, in my opinion, they're taking away one of the 2 best plays in all of football, the kick return and punt return. We just don't see it the way that we once did. So
some of those records will never be broken now, like the Devin Hester records.
Mhm.
They're here to stay.
Mm-hmm. I'd agree with that. Boy, look at all of these that's coming on as far as one-hit wonders. Hey, Rick, Matt Wife says, if you're looking for a one-hit wonder, go with the Tubes. She's a beauty. You know, the Tubes had more than just one. They had, that's the Romantics talking in your sleep. Romantics had a couple. Steppenwolf had a couple.
Oh, Steppenwolf's great.
What's the one I was, I was hearing it the other day. Radar Love. Golden Earring had 2. I'm going to fight you for the 1 and 2. The Tubes, She's a Beauty, absolutely was their biggest hit, but they had a couple of other pretty decent too. Here's a guy who says, Tears for Fears? I mean, I was never a big Tears for Fears guy, but they had quite a few hits. Here's a guy who drops Thin Lizzy on me.
Whoa! That's
59,
so
50.
disrespectful.
But he
Oh my
mentioned, he
God.
says Irish band, don't forget Thin Lizzy. Oh, this was actually on March 17th.
Oh, when we were talking about Irish bands, okay.
All right. He wrote in something a little bit earlier today.
Vanilla Fudge? Keep
Yep.
Me Hanging On? I'm not familiar with
Oh,
that.
yeah, you are. You heard it, you will. If you were to play it, you would know it. It's one of those that maybe doesn't register for you until you actually hear the tune. All right, let's do this. You can agree or disagree. Want to have a little fun. Just want to find a way to mix in a little bit of college ball. I did notice, when I was out Tuesday night, and apparently some people weren't happy. They're like, what the hell's Ballou doing taking off a Tuesday night? I bet he's on shrooms at the Brit Floyd concert. I wasn't on any shrooms. Hell no. I was enjoying great music. And as a matter of fact, I bought the band quite a few cocktails across the street at Dos Gatos after the show. Here's a guy who says The Outfield, Your Love. That entire album by The Outfield was good. They just never wrote any more music. They were kind of like Boston. Like Boston had their first LP, and every song was a hit. And then they came out with Don't Look Back, their second one. Then it took them forever to come out with their third album. They just couldn't write. That was kind of the deal with The Outfield. They had a lot of good songs on that first album. All right. The naked eye look. And let's describe this as naked eye. Because when I was out, I was so impressed at listeners who were asking me about Florida State. It's been a while. It really has. But the hype right now is contagious. And again, you can feel it all over the place, including here in Jacksonville. I do believe there's a little bit of, wow, they're really building this thing up for a crash. And I only believe that the crash comes into play if something does happen to Jordan Travis. But nonetheless, they're getting a ton of hype. And again, this comes to a Florida State coach who's one game over 500 in his career, in Mike Norvell. So let's just go through it, and I'll give it the naked eye. In Orlando, opening day, Florida State's an underdog, 2.5 points to LSU. I'm going to take Florida State for the simple reason that they have the best player on the field. They may have the 2 best players. They may have the 3 best players on the field. Honestly, when you look at Verse, and you look at Benson, and you look at Travis, and if Wilson puts together the game that he can, I mean, Florida State is just loaded with top-heavy talent. We'll have major, major time to knock down this game before it's played in very early September on a Sunday night in Orlando. But right now, I'm going to give the good guys a W right there. Put Florida State in at 1-0. Week 2, Southern Miss in God's country. That's 2-0 for the beloved. Week 3 at BC. Well, that's a Saturday, September 16th. It's on the road. It could be cold. I still like the Noles. Let's put them in at 3-0. Week 4, they go to Clemson. Consecutive road game. I'm taking Clemson right now. I'm sorry, but that's one of those deals where I got to see it, okay? Enough is enough is enough is enough. It's been going on forever. You know, Dalvin Cook, they called that one back because of the infamous block in the back. I'm tired of it. You got to win. You got to go in there and you got to win a game. If they were smart, they'd invite me to go. They'd say, Ballou, we need you here because we know you're undefeated here. Goes back to 88 for the punt Ruski and the Deion Sanders return. That goes to 92 when they benched Charlie Ward and they brought in Danny Cannell and he started throwing interceptions. We went back to Charlie Ward. He hit Kevin Knox in the back of the end zone. I was in like the 88th row in 92. The first ever Bowden Bowl game, undefeated season. You hear me, Florida State? You should be picking me up in a limo, flying me in a private jet. You want me at Clemson. I'm undefeated at Clemson. A couple of other trips there as well. 3-1. Vatech at home. 4-1 is Florida State. Syracuse at home. 5-1 is Florida State. Duke at home. 6-1 Florida State. At Wake Forest. What an amazing opportunity for first date, second date, make-out opportunity, blanket, picnic basket, berm, bottle of wine, cheese, whatever it takes. Florida State has to learn to beat Wake Forest, okay? I'm going to put them down for a W. I say they get it done this year. That's an intimidating place. I mean, I think they draw about 35,000, and it's so theatrical. But Wake Forest is owned. FSU, of course, their quarterback, Hartman, is now at Notre Dame, if you did not hear that. After that, they go to Pittsburgh. That's a loss. Here's the big deal. And I just talked about it with Wake Forest. This is where Florida State is now. Okay? They have to win games they are supposed to win. You can no longer lose games against inferior opponents like Pitt, like NC State, like Wake Forest. You have to beat those teams. I'm not convinced they can win consecutive road games. If you see my 2 losses so far, what do they have in common? They're consecutive road games. At Clemson after BC. At Pitt in the cold after Wake Forest. I'm going to put that down as a loss for Florida State. Home against Miami, that's a win. Home against North Alabama, that's a win. On the road in Gainesville, that's a win. Obviously, I will do this again before the beginning of the season, and we'll do it on a week-to-week basis. But I just wanted to throw that out to get things rolling. So I have a 10-2 for the Noles. I don't know if that'll be enough to get into a 4-teamer. Probably not. They'll play an Atlantic Coast Conference Championship game. As you know, this year, no Atlantic, no Coastal. Everything is now one conference. The result of that is our trip to Charlotte, which comes up in the end of July. It's now going to be a 3-day there with the Atlantic Coast Conference as opposed to 2 days. They used to drop the Atlantic on one day, then the Coastal on the next. This year, that's not going to be the case. It's going to be 3 days worth of stuff out there. So that's where I got him, 10-2. What do you see anything you like there, dislike?
I think the record's right. I don't know if that's necessarily the teams. I would give them probably 3 losses this year.
9-3
somewhere, yeah.
Okay. When we come back, let's get to the Gators. And we'll also hit the Dogs, and we'll take a look at the U.
Oh, do we have to?
Have a little bit. Oh, we're just having fun. Having fun. Let me check the very latest here at the Charles Schwab Championship. This is what hurts the PGA Tour. You see what the purse is? $8,700,000. Okay?
Look what the purse is for Liv this week.
The record-setting, wasn't it $25 million this year for the players? It was either 20 or 25. I think it was 25.
Yeah, they've upped all of the big name.
I think last week at the PGA was 17.5. But here you go. It's a beautiful golf course, the Colonial. It's in Fort Worth.
25, yeah.
Yeah, it was 25 for the players. Yeah, it's $8,700,000 is what they're playing for. Michael Block shoots an 81 today. Oh, my goodness. He came in with a double bogey as well on 18. So before we head to the break, let me take you through the card of Michael Block. He went off the first. So he goes out with bogeys on 1, 2, 3, and 5. Birdied 2 and 9. So he went out plus 237. Back 9. A par on 10. Bogeys on 11, 12, and 13. Parred 14. Had double bogeys on 15 and 16. Parred 17. And had a double bogey on 18. So he shot a 44 coming in. He ended up shooting 11 over par, an 81 today for Michael Block. He is in sole possession of last place, 4 strokes behind Rory Sabatini.
Let's take a look inside 1010XL.
Who wants the Grand Tour? That would be terrific. That would be great.
We have the drill in the morning.
Very amusing.
Jaguars today from 10 to noon.
Good.
XL Prime Time and the Franchi Show afternoons.
All in one location.
1010XL.
This is former NFL quarterback David Garrard. If your knees have taken a beating and you're finally ready to do something about it, then let Southeast Orthopedic take a look. Come on, do your knees a favor.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
David Garrard here. I've had the PRP treatment from Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, and my knees are really doing well. Platelet-rich plasma treatment may be the answer for whatever is hurting you.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
This Memorial Day, Navy Mutual salutes Yogi Berra, an 18-time All-Star catcher for the Yankees. Berra was a member of the U.S. Navy during World War II. Berra served as a gunner's mate on the USS Bayfield during the D-Day invasion.
Committed to the mission. At Navy Mutual, we're committed to providing high-quality life insurance to members of the military and their families. Because at Navy Mutual, our highest commitment is to you. Visit NavyMutual.org.
If your lawn is not as green as you'd like, it's time to go orange by calling Orange Environmental Services, Jacksonville's highest quality pest control for over 45 years. Frank Frangie here. I've trusted Orange Environmental to take care of our home's pest control needs for years. With the Orange Shield Protection Plan for your home or office, you can relax knowing Orange Environmental will handle pest control, termite control, and mosquito control. Orange Environmental has been giving Northeast Florida peace of mind from bug problems since 1972. Call them today at 272-3284.
This is your Mad Dad's Update with Chapter President Donald Ford. Mad Dad's is asking for good, committed men who want to be part of an organization that has been around for 17 years. We are a group that is part of the solution, not the problem. We are a group that don't stand around murmuring and complaining, but get into action and hit the streets to get the community to break the code of silence to remove the murderers off our streets. We do not require a lot of time, just willing and able bodies to get involved. We've had far too many murders this year already not to get involved. If you want to be part of this great organization, call 904-718-1649. We're looking for men, not men acting like boys. Hit me on Facebook and tell me what you think. For information about Mad Dad, go to Mad Dad's Jacksonville Chapter Facebook or MadDad'sJacksonville.com.
It's kind of like his own private locker, and you're his guest.
Every time we talk, I'm reinvigorated by my love of the game.
Hayes Carline here. Find my blog at 1010XL.com.
Hayes Blog is brought to you by Roland Reach Plumbing, where quality and experience count.
Houston, we do not have a problem. Houston's Meats is now carrying locally raised cattle from right here in Florida. Ground beef to steaks to even roasts, each cut is graded USDA choice and has been raised locally from birth to harvest. Houston's Meats at Main Street and 295.
It's the perfect day. You're just driving along, listening to your favorite music, the window's down. There's a cool breeze. life is good. But wait, hold on a second. You're not wearing a seatbelt? You'd better put that on before that... Uh-oh, too late. Cops everywhere are stepping up enforcement, so you'd better buckle up or you will get caught. Sorry to ruin your day. Click it or ticket.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Hey, Jags fans. Renewal by Andersen is a proud partner with your favorite team, and they bring that same commitment to excellence to your home's windows and doors. With their advanced Fibrex material and energy-efficient glass options, their windows and doors are the perfect choice for your next home improvement project. Let them help you bring more light and life into your home. Schedule a complimentary consultation today. Renewal by Andersen, the official window and door replacement partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. License number CGC 1527613.
Progressive presents Precious Moments.
Nothing beats driving cross-country in our RV.
This is so much fun, Dad. I don't even need to look at my phone.
It's not the destination, it's the journey. Jinx!
The exchange you just heard didn't actually happen, but it could. Bundle your home and other vehicles with Progressive and you could use the savings to make sure that RV is always ready to hit the road. Who knows, your teenager might actually put down her phone for 5 minutes. It could happen. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers.
Servicing every customer like they're famous. But what does that mean for you? It comes down to the famous philosophy. You'll find a consistency at all 20 locations in friendly service, honest pricing, and realistic time expectations. They know when you find someone you trust to maintain your vehicle, keep it running right, and lasting longer, you'll stick with them. And that's the famous philosophy at Famous Automotive in Quick Lube. Ask about a fleet account for your business.
Buying or selling surfboards, guitars, amps, or musical instruments or equipment? Beaches Jewelry and Pawn wants to either buy them from you or sell you what you need. Beaches Jewelry and Pawn in Jax Beach. Online at beachesjewelryandpawn.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
All right, some one-hit wonders rolling in tonight as we celebrate the career of Michael Block. How about Rick Derringer? Rock and Roll Hoochie Coo. Of course, this is Vanilla Fudge. You recognize the song now?
No, I listened to it, during the break, and I'm like, I'm not getting it. I don't know it. I guess it's not one that's on, classic rock radio. That's the only way I grew up on classic rock through the radio, so if it wasn't on there, I probably don't know it.
I'm a little bit older. That's where I hear it on classic rock. The 4384 says, Ballou, Free Shoes University sucks, and Florida State will go 5-7. Okay. I responded and said, you tell yourself that. He says, I will. The criminals are garbage. So there you go. Know where you're at, Ballou.
That stuff really hurts.
You know where you're at, Ballou. You're smack dab in the middle of Jacksonville. This is Gator country, and we are the home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. This guy says the Greg Kinn Band in Jeopardy. You're forgetting about one of the greatest songs of all time by the Greg Kinn Band. The breakup song. Yes! Play it!
I do know this.
You got to give us a two for Tuesday and a Thursday. I won't allow that. It's my inner Nancy Grace. It's not allowed. All you men out there, let me remind you of one thing. No matter what you've done so far today, no matter what you've done all week, Nancy Grace still hates your guts. All right, let's get to the Gators. Let's do it. They open up at Utah. That's a loss.
9-point dogs, by the way.
McNeese, that is a win. Tennessee, I got to change my whole way of life now. I ripped Tennessee worse than anyone. They got it. They tried to blow it until Anthony Richardson threw the ball in the 18th row on a Hail Mary. Tennessee, that's a loss. Charlotte's a win. At Kentucky. I mean, how long is this going to continue? Will Levis and company just came in and embarrassed Florida a year ago, but he gone. Right? I'm going to give the Gators a win at Kentucky. I'm going to give the Gators a win home against Vanderbilt. At South Carolina, that's a loss. Florida at Georgia right here in Jacksonville, that's a loss. Arkansas. That may be the toughest game on the schedule to choose. I'm going to say a win there.
Where is it?
It's in Hogtown.
Okay.
At LSU. That is a loss. Home at Missouri, that is a win versus Florida State, or versus Florida State. That is a loss. So I have Florida at 1-1, 2-2, 4-2, 4-4, 5-5, 6. I have Florida bowl eligible at 6-6. Anything you dislike with that?
I don't disagree with anything there at all, actually. I think they might sneak a win against a team you're not expecting, but then lose to a Missouri. But still 6-6, 7-5-ish. That's what I'm feeling.
That team goes 6-6. They're going to be asking for the coaches.
Oh yeah, people claim they won't, and there's Gator fans at the station that are like, you got to give them time and all this. Okay, let them go 6-6, and I'll see if you want to give them any more time.
There's one thing we all know: never trust a fan. They're always going to tell you. I can take you through the Jaguar season last year. I still have documentation of you telling me that Trevor Lawrence is a bust, right?
By you, he means the listeners, not me.
Not you. Although I could put you in that category. I remember you just destroying Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence was a bust.
I don't know, man. I'm getting reports that this show's been really boring tonight. I'm trying to move the needle a little bit.
I did not like the way he reacted emotionally on the press conference stand after some of these losses. Yes, that I said, and I was worried about him. Never once said he was a bust.
Got the Knowles at 10-2. Got the Gates at 6-6. Let's get to the U.
Yes.
Let's get to the U. Open up against Miami of Ohio. I like the Canes. It's a W. Texas A&M week 2. What a colossal fraud Jimbo Fisher and Texas A&M is. They're a 7-5. With massive massive complaints. That is such a hard game to project. A&M has more talent. Yes. You know that. With Miami getting the quarterback back, I'm going to take Miami. Give me an early season victory for the Canes against A&M. Bethune-Cookman, that's 3-0 Miami. At Temple, that's 4-0 Miami. Georgia Tech, that's 5-0 Miami. At North Carolina, that's a loss. Clemson at home, that's a loss. Virginia at home, that's a win. At NC State, that's a loss. At Florida State, that's a loss. Louisville, that's a win. At BC, in the cold, Friday, November 24th. They're going to hate it. They're away for Thanksgiving. All their girlfriends are back in Miami. They're in Boston. They just can't stand it there. That's a loss. So I have the Canes at 5-0, 5-2, 6-2, 6-4, 7-4. I have the Canes at 7-5.
I would flip-flop Boston College, Texas A&M. I'd have them losing to Texas A&M, winning at Boston College. Same record.
Folks, we are identifying this as the naked eye look. Don't hold me to this. I have the right. For those of you who do not know, Nancy Grace is with us here tonight as well, and she's she's an executioner, prosecutor, judge, jury, and as we know, just by looking at you, if she had her way, she would sentence you to death. I will do this again before the start of the regular season. Let's get to the Dogs. UT Martin, W. Ball State, W. South Carolina at home, W. UAB at home, W. Is Georgia starting off the year with 4 straight home games? It appears that way. I find it hard to believe they'd be playing UT Martin at a neutral site. So they're getting 4 straight between the hedges. Week 5 at Auburn. At Auburn. Okay? Oldest rivalry in the South. You can feel it right now. I mean, you just listen. You could feel it. They're like, Ballou, get us there. Come on, give me it. Give it to me. Let me hear. Oh, Ballou, I can't wait. I can't wait for the world's largest outdoor cocktail party here in town. I can't wait for the oldest rivalry in the South. Relax. Enjoy May 25th. A lot of good things to talk about, including Michael Block. We'll get there in a minute. At Auburn, that's a win. Kentucky, a win. At Vanderbilt, a win. Jacksonville, Florida against the Gators, a win. Missouri at home, a win. Why is the Ole Miss game kind of sticking out to me right now? Why is Mississippi just like, hold on here, Ballou? Carson Beck, is he going to be the guy? Jacksonville native, all these great players, but they've lost a lot of great players. They're going to have to lose somewhere, right?
You're going with the lane?
I don't see it. I see a win over Ole Miss. At Tennessee. Wow. Saturday, November 18th. You know what I'm doing right now? Can you see over here in the corner? I'm circling the calendar. I got a pen out. Those of you watching on YouTube, I am circling this game right now. I'm going to take Tennessee for the sole reason Georgia's not going to go 12-0.
I bet they will.
They're back-to-back national champions with a change at quarterback. They're going to have to lose a game somewhere.
Tennessee also a different quarterback, and this schedule's so soft. I mean, they could lose a game in the SEC title game.
At Tech to wrap it up, but that's a win. So I'm going to give the Dogs 11-1.
I got them 12-0.
I'm giving Georgia way too much love. Listen. If I can upset them in the latter part of May after winning consecutive national titles, you can just laugh at me right now. But you're right. This schedule is kind of soft.
The SEC East is a joke. Like, when people talk about how good the SEC is year in, year out, it's usually just talking about the West and one other team most of the time.
So unofficially, the naked eye look is as follows. I have the Dogs 11-1. I have Florida State 10-2. I have Miami 7-5, and I have Florida 6-6. There's my opinion. Let's get yours. 641-1010 on the text line, which is brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures.
What's the deal with the show? Around town, around the world. Take 1010XL with you wherever you go.
Everyone can hear.
Download our free app for Apple and Android devices. Search 1010XL where you get your apps.
Did you know the 2023 Honda CR-V Hybrid never needs to be plugged in? The onboard system charges the batteries for you. When you think Honda, think hybrid. Good for the environment, great for your budget. Visit your local Honda dealer to experience the CR-V of the future today.
Get ready for Memorial Day weekend grilling at Southern Steer Butcher. Buy any combo pack and get 2 free pounds of chicken, or get 5 pounds or more of steak tips for just $16.99 per pound.
For tasty tips and juicy breasts, choose Southern Steer Butcher.
The Jacksonville Eye Center's vision is all about your vision. Vision correction for all ages. From an early age to your elder years, being able to see clearly is just a phone call away. Call 355-5555 and say hello to Dr. Robert Snipper. With the latest technology and advancements in vision care, the Jack's Eye Center can help you from top-line care, glasses, contacts, to expert LASIK procedures and cataract surgery. See what you've been missing at the Jacksonville Eye Center.
Borland Groover is expanding in St. Johns County. Look for the new Advanced Surgery Center and Medical Facility open in Durbin Crossing in the summer of 2024. Learn more about it at borlandgroover.com.
I insist on complete honesty.
You can chime in anytime on the 1010XL text line.
Installed by Lifetime Flooring.
If you have something to say to me, I wish you would just say it.
Share your opinion.
Are you nuts?
What?
641-1010.
It's crazy.
Hello, all you Jacksonville sports fans. Don here from Taco Lou.
If you're in the mood for some great tacos, cold Dos Equis, maybe even a sip of some fine tequila, then the Lou is calling your name. Come out to Jack's Beach and experience what many have dubbed the #1 taco in the 904. There are plenty of great taco joints in town, and we're proud to have been around for this long, and we have only you, the fine people of Jacksonville, to thank for helping us grow and become who we are today. Cheers to you, Jacksonville, and thank you from the Lou crew. Taco Lou in Jacksonville Beach.
The IRS has just received $80 billion in funding to hire additional agents for aggressive collections enforcement. If you owe the IRS, now is the time to take action before the IRS comes after you or your business. There's no time to waste. Call J. David Tax Law, a firm right here in Jacksonville, for a no-cost consultation at 904-507-4777. That's 904-507-4777. Or visit jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
A lot of new enrollments, huh? Braylon, Braden...
Monique's daycare is crawling with new arrivals.
Hey, sweetie, are you hungry?
She needs more early childhood educators.
Did your sock slip off again?
And a nap.
Hey there, little guy. Okay. Shh. Whoa.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Okay, for this Cannons of Jacksonville commercial, we need an idea to really come out with a bang.
Like having a guy shot out of a cannon.
Nah, too messy. In fact, Cannons is known for all your towing needs.
So like my car won't start.
No. Towing products. Cannons does custom welding fabrication and installation of trailer hitches, goosenecks, tow bars, truck racks.
So you might say Cannons is my best shot at finding that inventory in stock?
Boom. You said it.
Visit cannonsofjacks.com.
Are your kids ready to play this summer? Come check out the Y. Summer is a time for kids to explore new things and expand the limits of their imagination. At the Y Summer Camp, every day is a new adventure. Kids can learn about STEM, arts and humanities, athletic sports, outdoor games, and more. Registration is now open, but space is limited, and spots are filling up quickly. Learn more and find your adventure at fcymca.org. Search Summer Day Camp.
Jacksonville has some junk, and J-Dog is removing it. They're here to do the dirty work. You don't want to remove and dispose of large furniture or appliances yourself? Call J-Dog. Here now, proudly serving you, removing junk from your home or business. They can even handle small demolition projects, and they're still donating local items to veterans in need. So let J-Dog do the dirty work for you. J-Dog Junk Removal. Veteran-owned and operated. JDog.com.
Clearwater. John, I can't even mow my side yard. It's so soggy. Man, my builder sucks.
Brent, calm down. This is a common problem in neighborhoods where houses are built too close together. You need gutters and a properly installed French drain that will soak up subsurface water. We can completely dry it up.
So I can take my builder off my speed dial now, huh?
Yeah, we got you, buddy. Let that builder bitterness go.
Clearwater irrigation and drainage too.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you. For lost or broken keys or nearly any make and model of vehicle, call 722-1111 for Instant Keys Locksmith Service.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Vegas, baby, Vegas!
Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL's 92.5 FM.
Oh, dear, our D-Boys man talk over Uriah Heep. One-hit wonders in celebration of Michael Block. The 49-45 says 6-6 for the Gators. Rick, you suck. Come on, Rick. You can do better than that. 6-6. Show me more wins. And I have them losing to Utah on the road. I have them losing to Tennessee at home. I have them losing at South Carolina. I have them losing here against Georgia in the world's largest outdoor cocktail party. I have them losing on the road at LSU. And I have them losing to Florida State. Where am I wrong? Let's bring in our buddy Rafael Esparza, who joins us from MyBookie, mybookie.com. Rafael, have the totals in college football, has the money started to come in?
Not as much. I mean, right now, I think college baseball, is ramping up. We're at SEC baseball or the regionals right now. So I think once college baseball goes to the end, and I would say normally football, really, especially college, June, July are the big months.
Are you guys hiring the former Alabama coach to do some college baseball handicapping here once the College World Series gets underway?
He's looking for a job. I mean, so that's I am losing my assistant and my intern at the end of June. So maybe I can give him a call and see if he wants some jobs, because I have a lot of research projects this summer.
Well, keep me in mind. I'm about one slip up away from being completely canceled. So Vegas to me sounds okay as far as I'm concerned. You had some great emails that you have sent me in the past week, particularly inside the ring, whether they're going to box or actually do it in the cage. Give us the very latest as far, and you can get this on your website as well, called youcanbetthat.com. But everything that's going on now with Bones and Fury.
I mean, I think Tyson Fury pretty much said everything yesterday, and that made a lot of noise this morning, saying that everything he's gibbering and jabbering with Francis Ngannou, John Jones, and all that, his boxing matchup, he says he doesn't roll around on men on the mat. His job is to stand up straight and throw punches. So I just think that throws John Jones out of the picture for a boxing matchup. Now, Francis Ngannou and Tyson Fury, that one's real. That one I could see happening because that PFL contract has outs for him to do a boxing match and stuff like that, where UFC doesn't have that kind of an out. You have to get Papa White's permission to do something like that. So I could see Tyson Fury, Francis Ngannou. No way I see John Jones going in a boxing matchup against Tyson Fury, because I think John Jones does retire. If he wins, if it's deep, I would not be shocked if he hangs it up.
All right. A year ago, Khamzat was here. He won a fight. I think it went the entire distance, if I remember correctly. There's some talk about maybe him against Usman. Is that going to happen as far as you're concerned?
I do believe that happens, just because I don't understand why they're going to give Colby Covington a shot at the belts when Usman broke his jaw not once but twice and stuff like that. So if that does happen, if Colby gets a title shot, then I see that fight going in between Usman and Zata, which I think is going to be a fantastic fight just because of the styles of both of them fighting on that. I'll probably have odds up on that probably tomorrow, sometime in the afternoon. I'll probably put lines up on that fight.
All right, let me throw this out there. It may be a stupid question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. How many people bet on Michael Block today?
Oh, it was unbelievable how much action we took on him. And I understand, golf is just like that. It's a flavor of the week. If you win a low tournament, you're going to get a lot of action the next one. But he didn't even win the tournament last week, so we did get one. If he makes the cut, I think we take a little bit of a hit, but we didn't take that much action.
You won't have to worry about that.
No, I did see that.
Yeah, plus 11, not a good round, no doubt. All right, hey, your boys in Vegas, they can get it done tonight in Dallas and then meet the Florida Panthers for the Stanley Cup Finals. Vegas a small favorite here?
Yeah, Vegas they're a small favorite today, and they'll be a favorite against Florida, even though Florida will have the hottest goalie coming in on the planet right now. That's going to be interesting. I'm more bummed that I'm going to miss all the games, the Stanley Cup games, because I'm going to be in your neck of woods up in St. Augustine pretty much for games, I think, 4, 5, 6, because of my niece getting married. So I am complete. And I asked her, I called her up the other day, do you mind if I miss it? And I'm doing speeches at her wedding and doing a whole bunch of stuff for her party. And she says that she'll never talk to me ever again. So I would not be at any of the Stanley Cup games, which breaks my heart.
Let me give you a little bit of advice here. What you should do is wish your niece the best. Tell her you'll go to her second wedding. And so you can sit back and watch these games.
And her text message back was the middle finger emoji.
All right, how about Miami tonight? They had Boston done, and now all of a sudden, once again, Boston at home, huge favorite tonight, 8.5 points against the Heat.
I know if they were, I want to say fully healthy, but if they had health coming into this game, I would say Miami could have been hanging around. I thought that points was a little bit high, but now no Vincent tonight. He's out with that ankle injury. Oh no, Oladipo Hero's coming back. He could be close. If this one goes maybe 6 or 7, Tyler Hero could be suiting up maybe for the Miami Heat. But no Vincent tonight means I think Boston wins this one, and we're gonna have to hear the Boston Red Sox come from behind win with the Celtics for all weekend long. So I think Boston wins tonight.
Yeah, I was going back and forth with Doug Mankiewicz the other day, and he said that after they showed the picture of A-Rod and Derek Jeter. Yeah, you're right about that. Gabe Vincent out tonight, sprained left ankle. All right, tell us about MyBookie, mybookie.com.
Hey, it's a busy weekend. Yeah, no UFC, no boxing, but we have the NBA playoffs. Maybe the last day until June 1st. Stanley Cup playoffs getting ready to run around the corner. We have baseball, college baseball. USFL starts next week as well. And I'm sorry, CFL starts next week. USFL's already started. They play this weekend as well. So we got NBA futures, college futures. Total season wins are up, so you can bet on those. Jump on board MyBookie. Sign up today. Win today.
Always a lot of fun, Raphael. Appreciate it as always. We'll pick it up again next Thursday night.
Take it easy. A fantastic weekend.
There he goes, Raphael Esparza, MyBookie, mybookie.org.
Now, the 2-minute drill, brought to you by Tire Outlet. Tire Outlet is now hiring. Visit tireoutlet.com/careers. Equal opportunity employer.
All right, Hacker Nation is with us. He's ready to roll here over the next couple of hours. I went through the schedule. I gave it the naked eye with the 4 teams around here. I had Florida at 6-6, and I'm taking some heat. Have you gone through it?
Look, I don't think you should take any heat. I said earlier this week I would take 7-5. I would sign on the dotted line right now. Look, you can be the most staunch Gator homer, orange and blue goggles, the whole 9 yards, Rick. Find me 8 wins on that Gator schedule. I don't think they exist. I think 7-5 would be a good year for the Gators.
How about Michael Block today?
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. You're certainly more a golf guy than I am. Does that hurt anything he accomplished last week?
Nope. No one will remember it. I think he's got an opportunity to play in the Canadian Open, but no, it's all going to be about the hole-in-one. It's all going to be about the par save on 18. And what did he make? $288,000.
Yeah,
something like that.
And probably, you're right. 6 months from now, we'll remember the hole-in-one, 83 or whatever. I guess he shot today.
Well, we just had Raphael Esparza on. I mean, a lot of people went to the window and bet on this man, whether to finish in the top 10 or win the tournament. And again, he hosted or did put up an 81. Just an awful trip coming in. I think it was 41 coming in with 3 double bogeys, 4 bogeys. So
didn't you get the sense that would happen though after last week? I mean, I can't imagine what his life has been like for the last 4 days.
Yeah, I mean, JJ's on. If
I said he was going to shoot an 80. He shot an 81. I was shocked by that.
If JJ isn't given his full attention right now, it's because he's working everything in Southern California. Reports out of there is that he's going to have Michael Block with at least 7 buried bodies somewhere by the end of the weekend. Okay, he's on a full-out witch hunt.
There's something about this
on
guy.
Michael Block.
He's a plant.
All right, Hack, what's coming up?
Yeah, look, obviously the big news, Rick, today, Brandon McManus, the newest Jacksonville Jaguar, will go out to Denver. Kyle Newman of the Denver Post is going to stop by in about 20 minutes. It was weird, right? McManus tweeted out that he had been released on Tuesday before the Broncos even said anything, and then he signs in Jacksonville today. So what exactly happened there? We'll also have a guy that you know very well, Chad Forbes, at NFL Draft Bites on Twitter. I love having Chad on. He shoots you straight, man. He tells you what he thinks, and we'll get his thoughts on the Jaguars offseason.
All right, Hacker's coming up right now. He does it each and every night here from 8 until 10 o'clock. Thank you to Raphael Esparza. Thank you to JJ LaSalva. I never checked the text line. Now that the show is over, if you want to get up with me, please do so on Twitter. That is Ballou, B-A-L-L-O-U, 1010XL. Hackers up right now. My name is Rick Ballou. We'll talk tomorrow night. We'll get you ready for the weekend. That'll be 6 to 8.